It's no secret Triple Scald needs to be nerfed next season, and till we get there, let's take advantage of it, since we're gonna showcase not only a Triple Scald video, but at the same time the full capabilities as a closer from a Shadow Suicune. So without any further ado now, cue the intro. As always, we will showcase a lot of bad leads along the way, so stay tuned till the end because Tentacruel is definitely not gonna have a great time on today's content. So Sunslash up in front, obviously this is a very bad one for us, able to get out to our Suicune and we meet up with the Azumarill. Hard counter up in front, hard counter at the back. Can we possibly win this one, trainers? It all depends on what they actually might have as their third Pokemon. So Scald now is gonna do decent work up against that Azumarill, and because we're on Shadow, you might feel like Suicune is kinda defenseless, but to be fair, it's pretty tanky and it can survive the moves, and this Azumarill still has to sacrifice some energy in the process. Another move is coming up, but after all those debuffs and the fact that this is an Azumarill, whatever they throw is gonna be not very effective, we can easily tank whatever they throw and still gonna be able to farm down without spending a sweat. Now our Poliwrath can go in, able to snipe down Sunslash. At the back they have that Medicham, and of course Scald is gonna be our main way to go. Of course I might have been able to throw that Icy Wind since I knew they were gonna block anyways. They had two shields, this is their final Pokemon after all, and right after we have another Scald which this time will connect for big damage and will put them at a point that we can easily farm down with those poison jabs, and of course by blocking just in case they have the Psychic, we can easily guarantee that fact towards our advantage. Into the next battle now with that Stunfisk up in front, obviously another bad one. Even though we have the Scald, one Earthquake can absolutely do the job, while they double or triple, I think double resist those poison moves that we throw. It doesn't matter though, because we still have a very hard one for the in-between matchup with that Pelipper up against our fighter, but since they want to get to those double Weather Balls, we can still survive the moves with 1 HP remaining and drop the Icy Wind for that debuff, and of course will make our life easier here to completely farm down with those poison jabs. At this point they also have a Whiscash at the back, which is not that favorable for us, especially when we have Tentacruel around. So this Pokemon, Mr. Meanface, has that face for a reason, and right after we throw that first Scald, we're just gonna switch out to our second Scald user, actually the third one if you can't Poliwrath in, so we can spam those moves much easier. Here comes the move, able to deal lethal damage at this point, and to my surprise we lose the CMP over here. Mud Bomb is imminent, we still get to that Scald after that CMP tie, down they go, and of course Stunfisk is at the back. We need to start blocking those moves though, because Rock Slide can absolutely destroy us down, while one Scald here from our Shadow Suicune will deal almost lethal damage to that Pokemon. Now Tentacruel returns into the battle, but to be fair, we have nothing to worry about. Easy farm down here since they are not even gonna try to finish us off, and we're just gonna take this victory. The Ox is now up against our Tentacruel, and of course this is another bad one for us. Whatever they throw here, well, most probably is gonna be super effective, either the Psycho Boost or the Thunderbolt. So what they want to do is to throw the Psycho Boost and then clear the debuff by switching out to that Umbreon. Seeing the Umbreon coming in super easy makes me think that they just wanted this individual matchup. They want to draw out the fighter. Down goes Umbreon in a very weird way, so they definitely have something at the back pretty weak to my Poliwrath, and we were kinda right, because they have a Pokemon like this Talonflame, and we managed to go for the bait first, and right after I'm just gonna let the move go through. They shielded my Icy Wind, my job is done here, and since we have a triple water team, absolutely we can have the upper hand towards the end game. Scald here number 1, Scald here number 2, let's see if we can guarantee the knockout. Down they go, and now with Suicune coming into the battle, we can easily finish them off as soon as we get to another pair of Scalds. Easy fly out, and we can absolutely reach now to the move, able to get the shield, and right after guarantee the knockout, but not before we go for the risky move. Let them throw the fly on our shadow bulky Pokemon, and that final Scald now will finally connect for the victory for this battle. Talonflame this time up in front, and this is obviously a very good one for us, and we managed to finally have a very good lead for today's content. Dugong now on the switch, and we're just gonna take whatever they throw. It is the drill run, and right after we will try to finish them off, but we cannot with a complete farm down, as it seems they're getting super close to another drill run, and I do not want to spend the shield. So right after on the switch we are meeting up with the Jellicent, which is gonna be kind of a troublemaker for us, but still Shadow Poliwrath can apply so much pressure if they are not careful. Now Surf on our Poliwrath. Jellicent has to face at this point our third Scald user, and of course this Scald is gonna dominate against that Talonflame, so we're looking overall in a very good spot, as you can see, because whatever they throw at this point, even the Brave Bird can easily be taken, while we can still reach yet to another Scald. I swear this move needs to be gone from the game. Anyways, right after we can survive pretty much whatever they throw. It is the Shadow Ball, so much damage but still nothing we can survive, and right after we can easily block whatever they throw, still reach to another pair of Scalds and absolutely wreak havoc on their defenses, because one is for the shield and one more for the knockout up against a Jellicent, and of course we still have that extra shield for the flex. Into the next battle now with a Serperior up against us. This is kinda good for us, even though they can have a very good battle towards our backline. And on the switch we're meeting up with a Skarmory. Skarmory can always be a troublemaker for our team, but we managed to catch the move on our Suicune. Look at how little damage they can do with those moves. Shadow Suicune is really an underrated Pokemon, especially on Shadow, because it is still super bulky. Another move is coming up. How often do you see two Sky attacks being tanked by a Shadow Pokemon? Not that often, and especially when it's spicy. So Ice Beam now for the first time for today's content on the grass type, but they managed to block anyways. It doesn't matter, Tentacruel now can have the upper hand here, Gligar at the very end, so definitely not the easiest team, even though we have some positive individual matchups, but still we can survive the fallen move. Dig is gonna do so much damage on our Tentacruel, but we will not let them farm some extra. So now my Poliwrath can easily go in, let that RLAs on my shield, and right after we can have the upper hand with those Icy Winds for that Serperior. However, the battle is definitely not over yet, because they can throw some super effective moves on my Poliwrath. What I want to do here is to still reach to that Icy Wind, try to drop their attacks at even more, because I know that my Tentacruel is kinda low on HP. Can we farm down here? Yes we can. That final debuff was absolutely clutch, and this is gonna get us the victory that we wanted for our team. Into the next battle now with the Trevenant up in front. This Pokemon is a grass type obviously, but it is not gonna take super effective damage from our poison moves. Instead, being part ghost, it means that it is gonna take neutral damage, and in the process of course it can tank one Scald. So if we want to have the upper hand here, we need to sacrifice at least a shield in the process, so down they go eventually. Let's see how they want to respond here, because they're gonna bring a Dugong up against our Tentacruel. Sludge Wave for the first time for this content, and of course we can apply so much pressure with that Poliwrath as well. Dugong is already on the red, and we have absolutely nothing to fear here, since we can farm down with this. It all depends now on what they might be having at the back, and it ends up being an Azumarill. I'm just gonna go here for the Icy Wind, trying to apply some debuff on their end, because I know that since this is their final Pokemon, there is no way at all to go ahead and clear the debuff, and right after we can go ahead and drop those defenses, actually the attack stat with those Scalds. Another Scald is imminent, another attack drop on their end, and of course that Shadow bonus in combination with our exceptional bulk, we managed to get that victory even though they still have 2 shields remaining, and all we can throw is resisted moves. Into the next battle now with the Azumarill up in front. Finally we get another good lead for our Tentacruel, and of course this time we have nothing to fear here since whatever they throw is absolutely gonna be resisted. So SCALD now on that Mandibuzz after we overfarm a lot. I was just hoping we can get a shield just in case they were thinking we have something like a Blizzard for example, but instead I'm just gonna go for those scalds. So now with my Poliwrath I know that one Aerial Ace can easily be taken while I can still reach to the Icy Wind to guarantee the knockout up against this flyer. Down goes Mandibuzz. Let's see what they might be having at the back, but they want to return into the battle with Azumarill. I guess that makes a lot of sense because not only they can survive whatever I throw, but at the same time they can avoid the matchup that they have with my Tentacruel. Now Annihilate is going to be at the very end, and I have a pair of scalds for that Pokemon. Here comes another one. Let's see if they want to block here, because right after I'm just gonna go into the battle with my Suicune. After all those attack drops, I'm pretty sure we can survive the next move. It is a Shadow Ball, almost gonna survive this, and after that we can still throw that Scald to apply even more pressure to their shields, another attack drop, and of course we can eventually make them drop this battle towards our advantage and a victory for us. Into the final one now, and we're having the Lantern up in front. I have left the worst lead scenario for the very end, and of course this Pokemon cannot finish us off since we can still reach to the Scald. Attack drop on the end, absolutely wonderful for us because now we can go into the battle with our Poliwrath. Here comes the Scald, absolutely wonderful for us, and this Skarmory is still gonna struggle up against our fighter. So they're gonna throw now the Sky Attack, which is absolutely manageable for us since we got those shields, and still gonna be able to farm down another Scald, this time for the Lantern, which they are gonna take, and now it all depends on what they have at the back. As it seems they have a double flyer team led by Lantern, so obviously this is looking pretty good for our Suicune over here. So now they're gonna throw the Shadow Ball on our end, but we can definitely survive that. Ice Beam is coming up. Are they gonna expect it? No, they're not. Down goes a nice chunk on that Noctowl, and we feel so flexless because we can absolutely destroy them down even though we still have that final shield towards our side. That is gonna be all for today, trainers. Thank you for watching and for staying around till the end. Just be sure to leave a like before you go, subscribe to the channel, and check over here one of these 2 videos that I have prepared for you. Till next time, take care, trainers.